I love Thursdays. Good evening.
It's Mercury in the microwave.
Mercury.
Yeah. Mercury.
Mercury in the microwave.
Why is Mercury such a bitch? Like, what is it about Mercury that makes everybody go fucking nuts?
You know, it's so funny because as someone, like, I specialize in cardology, but obviously that encompasses astrology. Every time this comes around, I'm like, listen, Mercury, I get it. Mercury is a planet of like education. So I just kind of take it as this is a way for us all to nicely learn our lessons. Like whatever that may be. If it's like travel, you learn to slow down, you learn to prepare, like delays, technical difficulties, all of those things. It just lets you like, hey, reminds you that you're human and that we're not really that in control as much as we'd like to be. So there's that.
So I think you said something great, which will be a nice little transition here. You mentioned you're not necessarily an astrologer. Break down what you do a little bit. We normally ask the question, how'd you get here?
You're okay. So, man, my background is wild. I've had a wild ride getting here.
It's a long format show.
Yeah. We're in the rush.
So originally, my background is in biology. I have a degree in biology.
Oh, cool.
I am a natural born psychic medium.
Oh.
So I kind of spent a lot of my life running from those gifts, as most people do, I feel like, that have them, until finally I had no choice but to really kind of surrender to them, which led me into herbalism, which then led me into other metaphysical studies like cardology, which is what I just mentioned. So cardology requires you to know astrology at like a base level. It requires you to know numerology at a base level, but you also should have some kind of natural intuitive faculties to make it make sense. But I really specialize in the study of like, it's cartomancy, like using traditional playing cards. You guys, just a pack of playing cards you guys have around. Literally, that's it.
Now you're fucking.
Oh, here I am. I got a whole fucking tarot deck, and I overdid it.
Yeah,
I do tarot too. I definitely do that.
God damn it! Now I need cards. I'm gonna have to text my kids. Bring me 5 decks of cards now.
Oh, I can teach. I'm telling you, I can teach you how to read with a deck of cards. That's how I actually learned. I know everybody. Like, I love a good tarot deck, but like, you can get me a pack from the dollar store, and I'll just read with those. It's awesome. Like, it's actually a pretty cool metaphysical
I'm going to pump the brakes
science.
for a second. What the fuck is cardology?
Yeah.
Let's back up a half step.
Okay.
We want a definition.
Hold on. Back up this train.
It's the study of heart disease.
Yeah.
The fuck's your problem?
According to my keyboard, that is correct because it auto corrects to that all the time. And people are like, "What's cardiology?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, cardology."
Yeah.
So cardology is the study. It's a study that comprises astrology, numerology, and cartomancy, all together. And what it is comprised of is every single card. There's 52 cards in a playing deck. There's 52 weeks in a year. So every card aligns with a week, and every card aligns with one individual day. Obviously, some cards appear on numerous days. Like today, the very day we're on, this is a Queen of Clubs day. So a Queen of Clubs card would rule over today.
It kind of feels like that.
It's so funny, right? So every card has like an energetic imprint. Every card is tied to a particular planet. So it's almost like it's so funny because one of my clients said it's like a Pokemon card version of the zodiac signs almost. It's like that. It's genuinely like that. So depending on your birthday, you have a particular card that is your sun card. And then you have other cards that are assigned to each planet in your life spread as a human being. And you can use those cards to be able to like predict energies. I'm not big on the predictive aspects of it because I feel like us as humans, free will, it gets in the way sometimes. So I'm not big on using it for that, although some people love it. I use it more for like developmental faculties, like how can you utilize certain gifts you have. For example, we're on a podcast right now. I would look into one of your spreads and see if I can find a card that symbolizes podcast so I can teach you how you can maximize your success in that area.
I feel like, why are we not doing that right now?
Tatiana, I just found out that June 28th, which is my birthday, is the 2 of clubs. Now, what the fuck does that mean? What is that?
Wait, now I gotta check mine.
Matt, if you're a 2 of clubs, my card is your transformation card or your earth card. The two of clubs and this, I'm a six of clubs.
Okay.
So anyone that's a clubs, mind you, clubs is rules the faculty of the mind. So most clubs are going to have natural intuitive faculties, but also like great logical faculties as well. So it's like a good fusion of mind.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. I'm a 10 of spades, apparently.
Oh my, that is my that's my result card. My result card is a six of clubs.
Oh, wow.
So it's funny how, if you notice how life is crazy, all of us have a card that has a connection. Like if you were to pull up all of our spreads, we each have a connection somehow. That's something I would look for in like a client's chart to find individuals or businesses or ideals that would align with what they work
I'm
with.
not going to lie. I'm a little fucking impressed right now. I'm being I mean, this is a fucking weird coincidence. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh my goodness. I can send you, I have a great breakdown for the two of clubs. I actually, a lot of people are very visual. So I like to show people,
You know, this,
I don't
the AI
like
results
to say
for
celebrity.
Google said it's the destiny cards. Okay. I don't know if that makes a difference.
They do call it, it has so many different names.
Okay.
Some call it like comedic cards, because you know, some believe it was developed in like ancient Kemet. Some people call it the Atlantean playing cards. Some people call it the destiny card system. So it has a variety of different names. I refer to it as Cardology because I've been practicing it now for like 11 years, and my mentor, that's what she called it. So
here's what it says, just because you might appreciate it, you might already know it, I don't know, but it says this card is often associated with a need for mental stimulation, partnerships, and conversations.
Yes.
It represents
two of clubs have brilliant minds.
It says it represents a conversationalist energy. I'm laughing my ass off right now because we're on a fucking podcast. Like, and I'm just like sitting here going,
I feel like this is very like Daniel Tolson because like even like even mine is like hard work mastery card. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was going to say the 10 of spades is considered the workaholic. So that's usually what and that is, as for my life spread, that is my actual result card. So throughout my life, my ultimate goal is to learn all of the cards that will get me to being your card, basically.
Oh, wow.
Like
so can you change cards? Is that
yes,
okay.
You can.
How do you do that?
So that's a great question. So some people can change their card by simply changing their name. Like if you at your name itself, there's certain, like I'll give you like Aquarius Maximus has a great tool on her site, aquariusmaximus.com.
I'm assuming she changed her name.
Yeah, well, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Either that or her parents had a lot of
acid.
acid.
Her parents were really into acid.
Yeah.
She's an incredible cardologist, but she's a great tool on her site, and you can enter, everything has a card. So you can type in Irreverent Health, and it will tell you what
get the fuck out of here.
Oh, great. Matt and I are going to stay up all fucking night.
It'll tell you.
I got to go.
Aquarius Maximus. Okay. I believe she won at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
She's incredible, though. And it's funny because, man, I want to say, and this is not to promote any kind of political leanings in any way, shape,
you can promote whatever the hell you want. Look at this. I've got Fidel Castro right behind me here.
See, oh man, what's his card? I was gonna say because everyone always laughs because I have the same card as Saddam Hussein, and I'm like, funny. It just goes to show you that every card has its highs and lows.
Right, yeah.
It depends on the expression, but I'm thinking off the bat, like two of clubs. I believe Kamala Harris is a two of clubs.
Oh, that's funny.
Because they're really good at like intellectual debates too. Like you can't beat them. Like you might as well just sit it out. I would never go toe to toe with a two of clubs like in a debate. I would just sit that one out.
Kamala Harris is a two of clubs is not a bumper sticker I've seen, but that would be a fucking hilarious bumper sticker.
She is. She's a great one. I'm telling you, it's incredible.
We have a shirt idea thing, and that might end up being the shirt for
that
for
might
your
be
show.
the shirt that we associate with your show when we finally roll out our line of activewear. You
guys would love it. I'm telling you, it's incredible. Like once you even like for example, on my as an herbalist, I know it sounds like woo woo, but for me, I kind of obviously have a clinical herbalism background, but
Tom's a doctor of Chinese medicine, Tashiana. There's no fucking thing. You're not telling him a single thing.
No, we do different things with the herbs, and we don't even have the right names, so it's cool.
Like, but she's like, you think it's woo? I'm like, he's got a PhD in it. He does not think it's woo. I'm
giving a lecture at Walter Reed about energetic emotional clearings through acupuncture in November.
Yeah,
and I just keep trying to weird them out, and they keep having me back.
Yeah.
Like, I can't out-weird the Walter Reed doctors.
It's so funny because I have a friend that just said this to me. She's like, you talk about the weirdest shit and people just keep inviting you to do it. It blows my mind. I'm like, great, I know, right?
They kind of love it. And honestly, here we are, like, we'll have a PhD on talking about, you know, stem cells. And then we're like, yeah, but the past life guy. Like, you know, we're like, yeah, he was great too. Like, we can't verify any of that shit.
Yeah.
But like, that was a good combo.
Well, he was good. I love that. Do you like film that? I would love.
They're all up on the
They're all up on the. You check out Dave the Mystic, because we just love saying Dave the Mystic's name.
Dave the Mystic.
Dave the Mystic is next level.
You'll love his story too.
Yeah,
I mean, he was an electrical engineer.
Yeah, electrical engineer.
And then his buddy he went to a high school reunion, and his buddy's like, you want to see something cool? And they went out into the street, and he made cars stall. With his mind. And we're like, all right, we're in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, so I mean, I'm gonna assume that he has some kind of like psychokinetic abilities, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what he? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, he's hanging out on another dimension. He's got palaces in multiple dimensions. This guy's
he's out there, and he did a couple of readings. He has a couple of different services, so he did different things for me than he did for Matt offline. But he goes, look, I think you'd get really good at remote viewing if you practiced.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes, just don't go to the moon.
Don't do it.
And I was like, why not? He's like, okay, so there's aliens there and they don't want you to mess with them. So if you do it, they will follow your psychic trail back and mess with you. Yes. And I'm like,
and I love all this,
the kid that kicks the bee's nest. Like, I'm the kid that might go, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? That's it.
Yeah.
It is so funny because I just was talking to someone about remote viewing. That's another wild story, but man, the topic of the moon comes up frequently. I did a reading for a client, and it was just so weird because that's the first thing her spiritual team came through, and they're like, she went to the moon. She has all this shit on, like she had so much psychic debris on her. Like it was the largest imprint I'd ever seen.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I ended up like pretty much suggesting. It was a pretty extensive energetic bath, like for a series of a week. Normally, I would tell someone, hey, you can take a good clearing bath with certain herbs and just be done with it for the week. Mm-hmm. No, hers was pretty extensive. And then I referred her to a friend who also does Reiki clearings. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got her all together, but I was like, yeah, you might not want to do that again because it was having like some really negative effects on her, like manifesting physically in her body. Oh, so yeah, it was really interesting. So I have to check him out because I've heard about him, Dave the Mystic, but that's like anyone with like psychokinetic abilities to me is like fascinating, especially as like a medium. I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
We had Caroline Corey on the show.
And she's done documentaries. She did
Superhuman, and she's doing Superhuman 2 right now, and then she's going to come back and talk to us about it. But Jeff Tarrant, who was like the real world neurodoc, did all that breaking down of that stuff. And to Tom's earlier point, what's fun about this format is we get to talk to Caroline on one day, who's a very outspoken medium, right? And on the other side, we talk to her, very real neuro guy, who, by the way, has some kind of quantum meditation situation going on, which is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's fascinating because like they're both, and this is actually a great tie into what you do. And what I find interesting about it is, candidly, I don't know where I'm at on the spectrum of tarot and cardology. Okay, like I'm somewhere closer to all in than not, but still not sure where I land on that spectrum. But here's the thing. It's super interesting. Like super, super fucking interesting, man. And like Did I marry my wife 4 times in 4 different lives, like Dave the Mystic told me? Maybe. But it's super fucking cool to think about it, especially the first one. I was a fisherman in Greece in the 1600s, partied my ass off and outlived my wife by 30 years. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound terrible. Like,
that is so can I say something really, not to get weird? I mean, I'm gonna be weird.
Just fucking get weird.
I told you I was married to my wife in the 1600s. What the fuck's weird?
You just mentioned Greece. So when I got on here, a lot of energies come through to me. And as soon as I got on here and I looked to, like, Matt, you're on the right of my screen right here. So when I looked to the right of my screen, I could see Goddess Athena. And I don't work with like Greek energies at all. So I'm like, why are you here? Like, I literally, like, in my mind, I'm like, why are you here? So that energy is like around you. And that makes so much sense now. As soon as you said that, I got like, I call it the God bumps, the goosebumps. So that's got to be why I was seeing her. Like, she's like right there hanging out behind you. I don't know if you work with energies like that at all. But
actually, no, but that's kind of neat too. But see, that's my point.
And I think, I don't know. And I am a comedic priestess, so I don't know quite as much about the Greek energies. But I do know Athena's like, so they just keep saying the word Acropolis to me. So I don't know if that means anything to you, but.
No, but Acropolis. I mean, I liked Greece. The one wedding I went to in Greece was a lot of fun. Yeah. That's as close as I ever personally got in this life there.
Just really chugging Windex, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you said that, I was like, man, look, she's like right there, which I thought it was odd. I was like, hey, maybe he works with her. Some people are very conscious of the energies that are near them.
We were actually on a podcast about Greek myths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott Mason always makes you bring a.
It's interesting, and you had to awesome. Be like, and we broke down some hardcore.
It was pretty funny because we both came with one, and he's like, "No, this is what I want to do for you guys."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who was it? Was it? It wasn't Chiron. It was
the Chimera guy, right? Yeah, the 2 heads.
The Minotaur that teaches the medicine teacher.
It was really neat. Tashiana, let me ask you. Let's take a half step, but related step sideways.
Sure.
Caroline said stuff with like similar to what you said, which has kind of got me onto this. Is like, when you were a younger lass, you weren't necessarily leaning into these things, and now you are. Caroline had a almost identical story, Tom. I think I remember that, right? Like,
it seems like I don't know if it's a societal thing, like quit screwing around, kid, or something like that. Like, you're not talking to somebody. Yeah, that's cute. She's got an imaginary friend or something. I feel like for the most part of it, if we had people leaning into that at a young age, maybe they would be further along.
This is true.
When they're older, but to Matt's point, this story is similar, to a lot of other people that come in with gifts, let's say.
And I'm curious, how in your lived experience did that translate and evolve into this? Like, what was that path? Like, as much detail as you want to go into, like, but.
How did I evolve into?
How do you go from kind of pushing it away or keeping it
how do you go from a biology degree to bending back into this?
Yeah, to telling me all about the 2 of clubs.
It is the wildest story. So, okay. I don't even know. I feel like there was one triggering moment. Okay, I'm going to say I was 23. I'm 37, if that helps.
Okay,
so just for
a reference.
Okay.
I was 23, and I remember I had just had my daughter. And I was taking a nap, and I always see like energies will pop up like all the time. Once I got to like 17, 16, it didn't really bother me as much anymore because I kind of got a good grasp of how to like command my own energy. And it was really as easy as saying like, listen, not today. And then the spirits will come back because they want help. So they're going to kind of adhere to what you need. I was 23. I fell asleep. I took this nap, and I remember I woke up out of the nap. It's obviously sleep paralysis is what most would call it. It was indeed not sleep paralysis. I was absolutely being attacked by like some kind of demonic entity.
Wow.
Like I could see it, I could feel it. And it was the oddest thing because the noise started as like it sounded like bells ringing, but it got louder and it turned into like a blood curdling screech. And I had like this blackout moment. I remember because my mom came in and she said I was having a seizure. I was having a seizure, and then I woke up. I was in the hospital. I came to, And the only thing I remembered from coming back from like this near death experience, I remember being in like this white. It's so funny because I told one of my friends this, and I was like, I feel like this shows my age. But if you remember those toys,
oh, we're so much older than you.
Yeah, I've got like 13 years on you, dude.
I'm like, yeah, we're over a decade older than you.
Yeah.
So I was telling someone this a little younger than me, and they were like, "No, I have no idea." Do you guys remember those toys that you could like look into, and it was like a kaleidoscope inside? Like it was, you
like,
could like
a Viewmaster.
Like
a Viewmaster.
Is that what they were called?
Wait, it looked like binoculars that you would press, and then a disc would turn around. Yeah.
Yes. So when I was coming to,
yeah, that's an old people toy.
It looked like it was like a white swirl of that to me.
Wow.
So when I came to, the first thing I remember before I could actually consciously hear anyone, I could see everyone, I could hear. But I literally could see, and I kid you, like, hand to God, it was Archangel Michael standing right there.
Wow.
And he literally looked at me and was like, so you're either going to use these gifts or this is going to keep happening. And that was it. Like, I know people are like, that's it. I was like, that was my wake-up call.
So,
like, I changed my whole life. Like, I stopped drinking alcohol.
Wow.
Everything. Like, I started working for free on the internet. I was giving out free readings.
Oh, I thought that was going a different place. And I'm like, look, we don't talk about that too often.
No. Because for a lack of better words, like, I was working in a lab at the time.
She did warn us it was going to get weird,
Tom.
I didn't know.
It was Tashiana, I got to tell you something when you get to the end of this because I'm so excited.
I'm going to wrap this up.
No. Do your thing. I just don't want to forget.
Yeah, no, I had gotten into a lab. I was doing some web development. I quit my job. Like, I had some savings. I wasn't like a crazy person that just quit my job and was like, I'll win it.
We know a few of those,
I was like, all right, I can live off these savings. And God literally told me, you're going to do this work for free for like 2 years. And then after that, you'll never worry again. It was the hardest 2 years of my life. I showed up every day doing free readings. People just started like giving me money left and right.
Wow.
Like, it was like fascinating to me. Like, I would have to work so hard, like struggle in order to make money. And it was like, once I started actually doing what I was supposed to be doing, things just got a lot easier. I know that sounds so cliche, but I swear to you, my life was kind of shit before that.
You were 100% not the first person to say
so
that either.
I took a leap of faith and I got here. I would just do readings for anybody.
That's
anyone,
awesome.
Everywhere, all the time. Yeah.
And you're in Baltimore. You're our neighbor. Okay. Well, yeah. So Tashiana, one of the things Matt mentioned, Jeff Tarrant, right? So Jeff Tarrant has this crazy story. He's a psychiatrist. He does brain scans and everything.
Okay.
And he wrote a book on becoming psychic, and he has scanned the brains and the area where we have these seizures. And I've seen it in a couple of other books, is very closely linked to psychic ability.
Yes.
And it seems to happen time and time again. Now, my uncle's a neurologist, and why can't I think of the author of Through the Looking Glass?
Through the Looking Glass. Okay.
Alice in Wonderland, basically.
Yes.
And I was like, I was reading this one neurology book, talking to my uncle, and I said, look, this idea of, time warps and size changes all comes down to these seizure areas. And my uncle goes, yeah, I remember talking about that. And, neuroscience 101 or whatever. He said, but then my teacher said it could have been the massive amount of cocaine he was doing too. But it seems like Jeff in his book really mapped out a bunch of people. He's worked with a group of psychics that you have to get credentialed with, right? You go through and do these blind studies,
right? And
all of them have different abilities. And depending on what their abilities are, different areas of their brain really light up. But that part where we get a seizure, which I think is in the parietal lobe,
yes,
is associated with like visions and hearing and seeing things. And it's super cool. Like, not that you had a seizure, but that
of course,
like there was a message with it.
Of course.
And that's Tashiana, that's where I kind of look. I'm a hopeless woo-woo romantic wrapped in a data scientist's body. You know what I'm saying?
That is very two of clubs of you, by the way. So I'm that doesn't, even when you said I'm not quite all in, but I'm there. I was like, that is the most two of clubs. And
he says that he's more all in than I am.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely understand that. I definitely, as soon as you said that, I said that makes sense. It's funny though for you because spades are the most spiritual cards. They're most powerful. The spades are the most powerful in the deck. So usually 10 of spades.
Wait, I'm a spade. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you're a spade. Yeah, you're a 10 of spades. So
I was like, are we talking about me?
So there's a whole new meaning now to let's call a spade a spade. Now I'm going to have to say that.
And it's funny because spades are the most powerful because in cardology, spades correlate directly with the spiritual realm, but they correlate with God. Like the king of spades is God, the queen of spades is female God, the 10 of spades is, shortly thereafter, and it's one of the most powerful cards. So yeah. Usually they tend to have natural skepticism, but it's because they're more spiritually protected and resilient than other people. So they don't have to give in to like the woo woo of things.
I feel like you're talking me up here.
Yeah, no, I kid you not. Like that's like spades have a natural spiritual protection that other, like for example, than a heart card would, but it's because they're in the same suit as God. So of course they get the natural. Yeah, spades are the same suit as God, so they
I feel like I want to call it ace protection.
Yeah, they get the ace of spades is like the master mystic, though. That is like you have to live a lot of lifetimes to get that card. A lot of lifetimes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been on this ride enough,
I'm trying to make this my last go around, guys.
So that's an interesting question.
I just keep finding what timeline I hit in. How did I hit this one?
If we submit to the possibility or existence of a chronology of lives, then it sort of implies that there is possibly a last one, and it certainly would imply that there was a first one, right? So then that opens up an entire new layer of questions, because now you're like, all right, well, first one, like, are you born an insect? Are you born an amoeba? Like, do you work your shit up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then the last one, what do you got to do? You got to be Mother Teresa? Like, I mean, what do you got to, like what kind of caps that off?
It's funny because it really does vary by individual. Like I do Akashic record readings.
Yeah, we had an Akashic meditation on the fucking air.
That's so funny.
Like literally on the air.
Emily Harrison.
Starting at 50 minutes. The show's winding down.
I literally think I said, let's do it now. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
And I was like, okay.
That is so, yeah. So I've done some, like, I've done a lot. And usually when individuals come, I can already, just kind of see on their energetic imprint, like, yeah, this is their last go around. But also there are other like energetic markers, I guess you would say. Also, some people, it really is as simple as like power of the spoken word, like genuinely commanding your energy and letting the universe know that this is my last time here. I tell people this all the time and they're like, is it really that simple? I'm like, it really is. Like you have once you understand the sovereignty you have and you use it, you don't have to come back here at all.
So then I guess the question is when you choose to stop the merry-go-round, what's next? Just energy? Just being?
And it depends on. So it's going to depend on what your natural soul state is. So what some people might refer to as their higher self. Everyone kind of descends from different things or energetic beings, if you will. Some people that I've met, I know that they're like Lyran descendants. So they're going to go back to just doing what Lyrans do, protecting the galaxy. Other people might descend from other forms of energy. Other people in their energetic contracts with the universe or God might say, hey, I just want to completely relinquish myself and I just go entirely into the universe and that's it. And you're just an energy particle. You just go back to God essentially. But other people choose to still have, I would call it like soul incarnations, if you will, like in the astral or spiritual realms, because they'll still remain there. They're just not coming here to the physical, if that makes sense. But then you have the super scions that can say, hey, I'm done with all this. And they just absorb themselves back into God and they're done. They're just done with it all. So,
and that was the other thing that I thought was interesting about Dave is he was the first person that we talked to on the show that was like, oh yeah, reincarnation doesn't mean here. Like it doesn't mean, like, you know what I mean? Like you can, like it's a big universe out there, dude. Like,
yeah, it's a lot of like, even I try to explain to people, like, because I lucid dream, I astral travel, so I'm telling them, like, listen, I go to other realms. Like, it's like, I know Earth is like cool, but this is not the only place to be. Like, you can incarnate in a lot of other places. In fact, a lot of us, if we are familiar with the multiverse concept, we are actually in many other places and spaces. So hence why we have extreme individuals that experience extreme what is that, what, goodness, I'm having like a brain fart, which is the wildest thing. Deja vu, extreme deja vu. It's just the fact that you are seeing timelines that you are actively in already, or you've already seen this in your astral state and you just don't recall, and hence the deja vu. So yeah,
I love how many explanations for deja vu exist. Like, I think it's fucking so awesome. Like, I'm like, this,
it's so many.
But
it's so many, and it's funny because it's so many, but really for me it boils down to two things. It's either this exists in another universe, another the multiverse, and or you actually saw this in your dream or astral state, and that is why it seems familiar. Or I guess there is a third option, or it could be from a past life memory of some sort, which it's very rare that is the case, because you would need to have like precognitive faculties and a past life for that to make sense. So
I feel like I've heard all that before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a bad joke.
Okay.
It was a bad joke.
Yeah, he's kidding. Of course, we have never heard any of that. Are you fucking kidding? Like,
I'm sorry. No. I'm a dad. They make me say it.
They make me.
Man, that is so funny. I was going to ask you, Tom, being an acupuncturist.
Yeah.
I'm clinical herbalism, but more Western.
Yeah.
Do you practice more of like any Eastern herbalism?
Yeah.
Like
so my degree is, my master's is in Oriental medicine, right? So that includes herbalism, and then technically my doctorate, because we can't fucking my entire field can't agree on anything, is acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I mainly practice a Japanese style of acupuncture.
Okay.
And the herbal medicine, when I tell you what I've forgotten was so scientific, so advanced, and like, right. So, here I am learning these formula, because we rarely give single herbs. And my teachers are saying, the boiling process is not just releasing the individual compounds from the herbs, but you have chemistry happening, and you're making new compounds, and you're like, all right, first of all, the fuck that you knew you could walk into the woods and pick this thing up and it did this.
Well, it only took
and then you went over to the mountains and you dug a hole in the ground, you pull this out, you mix those two fucking together.
Right.
And like, I'm like, how the fuck? And I used to work for a clinic that was like a chain of wellness centers.
Wow.
And the MD used to go he goes, all right, we're going to start carrying, deer antler velvet, right? It was a big like testosterone thing, right? And I go, oh, that's a Chinese herb. He goes, Tom, that's an animal product. And I'm like, all right, let me say this once. If you fit it in the fucking pot, it's an herb in Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
You want strychnine? We use strychnine. Topically. But yes, we know what plant it comes from. We wring it out. Don't put it in your body.
Right.
And they knew all this, and they knew that cinnabar, right? That's mercuric oxide. It's mercury rust, beautiful red color. They knew, hey, don't cook it. When you make the pill, roll it in it, becomes a beautiful red thing, passes through your body, no problem. You heat it up, you're dying of mercury poisoning.
Big problem, right?
And I'm sure they went through a lot of Taoists figuring that out.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not basic shit.
They had thousands of years to kill off a bunch of Taoists to figure out all this shit out. Like, I mean,
exactly.
But so this comes a great full circle moment, right? Because like, yes, I might not be all in on things like cardology and whatnot, but like the reality is, humans have been doing the human thing for a really fucking long time.
Forever.
Like a really, really fucking long time. And we have lived through an unbelievably wide array of situations. Like an inconceivable amount of combinations have happened, right? And so like, it makes sense that we know this much about this stuff. And the thing that I think is funny is it took the Industrial Revolution to wipe that memory out of our fucking bodies. It took like civilization to weed it out. And now we think we're cool as shit because we're figuring it out again. But meanwhile, somebody in the astral planes going, these guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. Like,
we fucking told you guys this shit.
You guys learned this shit 1,000 years ago. What's wrong with you?
So when Tom said it's like incredible because it's like someone thousands of years ago went out in the middle of fuck nowhere and was like, yeah, I know to combine these two things in order to get this result. By accident. Whenever I do like energetic scans of people, because sometimes it's like clinical herbalism is great, but sometimes I'm like, all right, what is there energetically? There's something wrong that is not just like physically wrong. So that's when I tap my spiritual team, and it's hilarious because that's exactly how they talk. They're like, you guys are morons. Yeah. Like, you guys don't know shit. And I'm like, God, here I am thinking I'm the coolest thing. And they're like, this is stuff that was so common for us hundreds of years ago. I have ancestors that drag me for filth. They're like, you're actually not that smart. actually. I'm like, okay.
Take your fucking iPhone and sit the
dumb
fuck
fucking kids.
Literally. Like, they are so, like, though, if I Google, they're like, there she goes Googling stuff. And I'm like, what the?
This fucking.
What am I supposed
you
to
could
do?
be levitating right now.
Modern times. Like, it's
you
hilarious. I'm like, man, you guys think this is like Sabrina.
You gotta watch Real Housewives and rot your fucking brain.
Ow.
Yeah. Like, listen.
Literally.
Oh my
God. Oh my! I don't even know how those shows are still on the air.
I mean,
because we dumb down everything,
and the dumbest things win.
It's
like
it's
the absolute dumbest things win. It's like
this whole timeline is here. Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Like I believe that.
I could not put that even better than what you just said. Honestly,
it's no joke, man.
It's like wild to me. Honestly, I feel where were we just at? We just did a class. I co-own a cannabis cultivation company.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's pretty fun. We grow with living organic soil, so it's pretty cool. We just did a class on Thursday, and it was so funny. Someone just said that. They're like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this timeline, like, we're not supposed to be learning stuff. Like, we get rewarded for being dumb. I was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But you know what, timeline.
Hold on. I not to interrupt, but I gotta ask. I think that is absolutely true, but simultaneously, in parallel, if you are tapping into these things, it is the most timeline ever. Like you are fucking killing it. If you're some of the stories that people are coming out with when they really give into these things and like explore them, this is the most exciting time in human history. Like it's you know what I mean? Like
I feel like we're at like a huge polarity in society though. Like it's like you're one or the other. Like it's like those that seek to be enlightened and those that just want to brain rot. That's really it.
Somebody got into a conversation, might have been on the air. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I got into a conversation about this. They said, the polarity of politics in the United States has sort of infected the whole world now. Like every country's got the same problem we have. So we can blame it on Trump all we want, but the reality is pick a country. Everyone's got this problem. Like,
everyone's got Nazis too.
Yeah. Right. So, and they said the funny thing is that's not a coincidence. That's happening because our consciousness as a species, so the argument goes, some of us have realized the things that we couldn't see and are trying very hard to see them. And that is coming with, some people call it enlightenment. Some people call it this and that, the other. And then the other people are just doom scrolling TikTok and watching Desperate Housewives and not Desperate Housewives. You know what I'm talking about. That really aged me right there. Right there. That show was like 20 years old.
I had to think about that one for a minute. I'm like, I remember watching that show the first season and being like, this is some shit.
Yeah.
The Real Housewives. See,
The Real Housewives.
We can't even make up a better fucking unique name. We just had to rearrange the Housewives thing.
Rearrange the word.
Fucking come up with a good name.
And they're not even housewives. They're just assholes.
Yeah, they're
not. So I said half of them are not even housewives. Why are they on? I don't understand. I can't get into it.
I also don't stand the glorification of stupidity.
Oh yeah.
Or the worship of people that have money.
Oh my goodness. I say this all the time. I'm like, listen, I know a lot of assholes that have a lot of money and they're not doing. Then I know a lot of people that have very little and doing way more in this world than other people. So
yeah,
Tom, I'm right there with you. I am. That's
look,
me.
I would like to try all the money once.
Yeah,
of course.
When
I'm not going to be ignorant there. I would try all the money.
Listen, when the internet's algorithm found out that people laughed when they got hit in the nuts, it was all downhill. It's like, okay,
that was it.
If you think this is funny, wait till you watch this. Like, I mean,
oh my goodness.
You want to see kids falling off bikes? We got 10 hours of it.
Yeah.
Well,
get the popcorn,
what has
dude.
been I will honestly think I struggle. I have a TikTok, but I don't use it. I used it for a year and I abandoned it because I just didn't get it. It wasn't clicking for me. The energy there, I was like, this is not really a place for me and what I do, I feel like. And I feel like I realized the downfall was really happening when I was watching endless 10-second videos of adults dancing around, acting like clowns. I was like, I don't know what is happening here. What is going on?
Yeah.
I get joy, but there has to be something else on my timeline.
Kids used
something
to watch,
of substance.
There was that movie Percy Jackson. It was out, right? And there's a scene in there where they go into I forget the Greek goddess, but they're in a nightclub and they think they're in there for like 5 minutes and it was like a month. Like, and I feel like that nightclub is fucking all of the internet.
TikTok got me hooked, and I'm going to be honest here, and it's the dumbest thing. Well, it's not the dumbest thing. I don't know how the algorithm showed me one bisexual woman swords person. She was just a bisexual with a sword.
Okay.
And next thing I know, that's all that was in my feed. And I was like, this is not upsetting to me. But there's got to be something else on here. Like a bunch of chicks in chainmail with swords. And they're like, yeah, I swing both ways. And I'm like, yeah, that. Cool.
I follow one of those girls on Instagram.
I was like, how did I end up here?
Hold on. And you know what, Tashiana, what you just said is actually one of the funniest things I think about the internet. Back up to when we were kids and you heard somebody be like, I also like that bisexual swords person. You'd be like, what the fuck is happening? That would never have happened.
Do you follow the sword? She splits wood.
No.
Like she might be lesbian, but she's fucking awesome. And all she does is split wood. With like different axes. And I'm like, I would watch this for 20 hours.
Over and over. It's like a streaming video.
She's Diesel.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing.
And she'll now I'm doing to do it with the broadsword.
Yeah. If Tom likes it,
I want to see that.
might like it. Let's show her some fucking bisexual swordsmanship.
We're having this conversation right now and our phones know we're in proximity with each other. They're going to start showing her bisexual swordswomen.
That's how it works. All you have to do is say it and it pops up. That's all you have to do.
My wife's office is across the hall from mine.
There's a girl that I follow. It's the Samurai something.
Oh my god!
But she's my god. She might be bisexual. I think she is. But
it's with the sword
she's got the swords and all that. It gets me every time.
My wife,
because I'm like in another realm. This is me.
My wife yells across the hall to me. She's like, "Did you just look up like rafts on somewhere?" And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "My whole fucking feed is now a raft." And I'm like, and so like at least twice a week she's like, what the fuck are you buying? I'm like, I didn't buy anything, leave me alone. What are you saying?
Buy anything.
Yeah, like she's like, what are you looking at over there? Why is there bisexual swords?
I mean, that's like the other day I was talking to my friend on the phone and he's like, yeah, I watched the Bruce Springsteen's movie on my flight to Vegas, and I was like, oh, okay. Literally 3 hours later on my phone, I'm seeing like nothing but stuff about Bruce Springsteen's new movie. I was like, is this a joke? Yeah. Like, come on. Can you guys
they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're like, you know what? We're just listening to you.
We know you guys talked.
Yeah.
We know you talked.
Yeah.
Like, it's like unreal. I'm like, I didn't type this in or anything. You guys just don't care anymore. They're like,
no, we gave up.
Presented.
We tried to lie to you guys for decades and we just gave up. We're just going to come out.
It's exhausting. Yeah. I said this the other day. Everyone was like, Tosh, what do you think about everything that's happening with all the files and all this? And I was like, listen, every year I put out I call it the yearbook, and I give literally I call them prophetic projections. People call them predictions, whatever you want.
We're talking.
For the entire year, right? And it's usually on a global scale.
All right.
A lot of it could be centered in America, but it's whatever I see, whatever predictions I received throughout a certain time frame, and I updated throughout the year. A lot of these things are in this book that I already wrote. So when people ask me these things, I'm just looking at them like, I mean, I said this a little while ago, you know, guys, we were already on this topic here. And I feel like a lot of people are very outraged by a lot of things that are happening, but it's everywhere.
Hey,
even without me, I censored it, and it still shows up in my feed.
Without me meaning anyone in particular, when's he fucking dying?
Yeah.
Listen,
oh my God.
It's so funny that you say this, because in my private Discord, we had a whole discussion about that. I actually gave
You know how many Etsy witches I follow now going like $5 for a curse? $5 for a curse?
Yeah. So I want to say
Etsy witches.
Last summer.
The fact that term exists is hysterical.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Last summer, I made a prediction that I'm not, without naming names, that a certain person would end up being very sick because their team was going to be making them very sick without mentioning any names. And that by, you know, I'd say in the next 3 or 4 months of this year, that person won't be where they're at right now. Okay. So if that's a good prediction for you without us saying anything too much, you guys catch my drift.
I got you.
You know, as excited as I would hypothetically be over a very bad human being no longer being in body, part of me wants justice.
Oh yeah. Oh,
absolutely. And I don't think we're getting that from that person.
No.
However, I do believe there's a lot of younger enablers.
Yes.
That I joked that I was looking for a Russian Ouija board to channel Stalin to figure out how to fix this motherfucker.
Fix this.
Because I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take he was a bad dude, but he killed a lot of fucking Nazis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm there with that. I am there with that.
You know what, though,
personally,
overall,
when I've done my personal predictions, the funny thing is, I feel like a lot of the, there's not going to be justice at the scale which we would want it.
Yeah.
I call it large scale embarrassment, if you will. It'll be social justice. How about that? I don't think we're going to see like judicial justice.
But here's my question, though. Like, if you look at all the shit going on in the world right now, right? How could anybody have a clean, energetic bill of health right now? Like, I feel like no matter where you're at right now,
yeah,
corruption. It's like, I feel like, so get a little philosophical here for 2 seconds. If you follow the best version of AI, we live in infinite abundance, right? And most of these problems go away. So if that is happening, right? Let's say that is the course that we're going down, then these are just the last death pangs, gasps of air.
This is the final infection coming to a head.
Trying to hold on to the last bastion of power and anything you have. Now, if AI is the worst, then they're paving the road for that to happen faster. So like, it's kind of like a weird, I would think that if I was in the business of reading energy or observing energy, it'd be very, I don't know, maybe this is naivete, but I think it'd be hard because everyone is so fucked up. The bar is so low.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
So incredibly painfully low.
Man, did I give you a copy of Power versus Force yet? I feel like I was looking for it. But
book, man.
Everyone is so, I call it energetically subjugated, because you even think about it, even with them releasing these files, that's like a psychological tactic to just kind of inundate us with information that's like paralyzing, because most people are having extreme emotional reactions to it, of course, like as most empathetic humans will have. So I feel like it's
that's probably about 20% of the population.
Yeah, that's true.
But it hits on all fronts, right? Like,
that's true. But our doom scrollers, the ones that like to just scroll and laugh at videos, even though they're being flooded with information, it's so that way they already have a smaller, I'm going to say a smaller logical plate, if that makes sense, than most of us. And it's easier to confuse. And like, if people are confused, they're just like, I don't care about this. So that's really what I feel like is a lot of their end goal, like to throw so much of this at us that they're like, hey, by the way, you guys knew this anyway. So here's 8,000 files with heinous acts in them that aren't going to phase some of you, but for some of you, it's going to traumatize you. And that's what we want.
And it'll keep everybody, no matter where you fall on that spectrum, talking long enough for them to do whatever the fuck they want to, right? And
exactly.
And that's a tale as old as time.
To their last realms of power,
right?
Yes.
And that really is a tale as old as time. But I mean, I think that just energetically, you know, you look at what's going on in the circles that you play in, the people Tom and I talk to. Maybe it's just the bias. It probably is the bias of who we're talking to on the show. But I mean, there's a lot of people really looking how to make shit better. And this again brings it back to where I was at, like on the spectrum of, do I buy into this or not? The part that really makes me want to lean in on it is like, look, this stuff is easy to understand a piece of us that's uniquely human. And that understanding leads to better relationships with other people. So how could any of that be bad, whether it's right or wrong? Doesn't fucking matter, right? But if I say it's like, you know, I Heisman this thing and just say, no, fuck off, you're a crazy person, then that like puts up another barrier between me and that person and systemically takes away that connection that we could have just built up. Now we brought it down.
Absolutely.
And like, that's the part where I'm like, you know, maybe we just need to like turn the internet off for like a day. Like, you know, just 24 hours, everyone fucking stop.
We need a COVID that hits technology.
Yeah.
That's honestly.
Did you see that? They had crime drops in countries that lost internet for multi-days. Like there has been marked drops in crime. That's not an accident.
So it's so funny because this time last year I published an article. I think I did it on Substack. It might be on my regular website too, but it was literally the benefits of a social media detox because I had a horrible flu and I was physically forced to just not do anything. I was the sickest I'd probably ever been in my life and probably would have been for a long time, but it was a good 8 days of downtime for me, which was pretty long. And it was like, even though I was deathly ill, it was the most peaceful time of my life, like not having to get on this internet. And as someone who runs 3 businesses, it's hard not to get on the internet. Oh my goodness. I was like, I could get the flu every year if I get off of this internet like this. If I have to do that, I will. But people, I feel like we need that. Like just a mass shutdown of the internet. Like at a global scale, just shut it all down. Let everyone go outside and touch grass. That's it.
Yeah. There was, who was it? I was watching a podcast.
That's another term that proves how much younger she is than us.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. I would never say it.
There was a story that they just told where like blackberries years and years ago went offline in I think it was Dubai or something for like a few days. You couldn't send a text or you couldn't send anything on a BlackBerry, and automobile accidents dropped like 40%. Right. Wow. Like it was basically like, you know, and
I believe it.
And I was sitting there going, and then like Chaos Machine goes through the rolling internet blackouts in Germany. You'd see like a huge drop in anti-Semitic crime that in these German towns. Right. And it was like, again, not a coincidence, right? Like these are not connected.
You know, they probably weren't getting onto some like 4chan shithole group and getting pissed off.
Days, yeah,
you know, and now they're like, well, I guess I have nothing to read, so I'm not going to hate Jews or something.
Yeah. I mean, and it's as simple as that, right? Like you're just like, look,
you remove the fucking fuel and now all of a sudden you're not a cunt.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how that works. Yeah. It's like, I say this all the time. I'm like, if you take away the keyboards from like 70% of these people, problem solved. Yeah. That's it. Just take away the access. That's it. I feel like it should be earned. Like you should, I don't know.
And I love that
you spend scans to use the internet, something. I don't know.
Yeah. And I love that people like you spend as much time as you do sort of like leaning in on these things. And like, that's such a productive use of time. And it bothers me how much, it doesn't bother me, but I am aware of how much creativity is left on the table by people abdicating their self-control to things outside their control, specifically math formulas like algorithms. Like that feels weird to me.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for me, even though I'm obviously a spiritualist, but I have a lot of creative faculties. I feel like a lot of my work is creative in its essence, but there are people I know that they're so busy trying to adhere to an algorithm that it like just cuts. I'm like, this is this is not why God gave you these gifts, so you can adhere to an algorithm set by humans with free will that don't even know what they want. Like, that's insane. So no, I feel like I agree with you so much, where there's so much creativity just like blown into the wind, just wasted. It's so sad.
So Tashiana, I honestly could talk to you about this for a month.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we can literally go on here.
This was great. You guys are awesome.
You were so much fun, man.
You were
like
awesome. Let's talk about you for a second. Let's do the Tashiana commercial.
Let's do the commercial, the plug.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It's so funny. I come on here and I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk about myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody would like to reach out to me, I am trying my best to get better on social media, but I am present on Instagram at the time, also Substack, as well as Threads, all of which are the same, Tashiana the Sun Goddess. I saw in you guys' email, I will reply to that, cool. So I can give you all the spelling.
You got it.
That. And then also my website, TashianaTheSunGoddess.com. I usually update there, but I publish a lot of my weekly articles on Substack. So that's kind of
I'm already subscribed.
Yeah, that's my new little love bubble. I love it over there on Substack. But other than that, those are the channels. Also YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm forgetting YouTube. My goodness, I'm on YouTube also. All Tashiana the Sun Goddess.
Love it.
If anyone ever wants to reach out, I promise I don't bite. Shoot me a message. I love talking to everybody about all things, whatever the topic might be.
I love it.
Okay, Matt, before we say goodbye, I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
So, you're buddies with people we're buddies with. We got JR and Diana.
I love JR.
So we are going to do an event, an Irreverent Health event there. And I think we're recording with Diana. And I think we've done this before. We had a meetup in New York when we went to record on a podcast in New York with some of our past guests from NYC. I think we're going to do an event here in Baltimore. I think we have enough Baltimore people, and we're definitely extending the invitation to you.
Oh my God!
And let's meet up at the Kava bar and just have a great time.
I actually have a mocktail on the menu at Root City Kava.
Oh, we got to get to Root City.
We'll make sure we have the mocktails available for everybody. My mocktail there, the heart opener. You guys will love that.
I've never had Kava. Actually, I'm excited to try it.
Base, so I'm thrilled. I would love to be there.
I was trying to sell it to Matt. I'm like, it's spicy dirt that makes you feel really full.
Yeah.
and he's like, it is. What do we do? Yeah. We chug it.
By itself, it is. I'm going to tell you, man, it's so good. Especially someone that I used to be a little party girl. I did the drinking thing. If I knew about this stuff, even as bad, if I can drink liquor, I can drink kava. Okay, that's how I look at it. If you can drink that, you can drink this.
Well, I'm very excited to try it, man.
It is like, it's like a natural tequila, man. It's like such an
You're not making me like it less, Tashiana. I mean, listen.
It's so good.
I'm sold, dude. I'm sold.
Try it in the heart opener. You'll really like it. It's everyone loves.
Well, listen, you're going to be right there next to us, so you're going to.
We're planning this event. Yeah. We're going to have the VIP, and we'll push it out. We'll all hang out and drink a bunch of kava and just
I will be
feel
sure
good.
To post it on my socials and everything.
I feel like I got to bring a shirt with a big 2 of spades or 2 of clubs on the front.
Well, yeah. Are we going to have to get card shirts?
The only one who'll know what the fuck is happening.
It's funny that you say that because I guess you could call it a little residency, but I used to do all the Cardology readings there and like in-person readings.
Oh, that's fun.
At Root City. I did it there all the time. So,
all right. So we'll all huddle on this bad boy, figure out when we're doing it and blow it out.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, whatever you guys need, I'm down.
Well, Tashiana, thank you again for coming. It was awesome chatting with you.
Thank you for having me.
So much fun.
Enjoy the weekend, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Be subversive, irreverent.
Health is wealth, but you knew that.
Everybody knows that.
But so is following us on social media at Irreverent Health. And check out our website for more exclusive content at irreverenthealth.com.
Oh, I like this.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Irreverent Health.